Next concept is this. Okay. And it's very important. Echelon form and row reduced form. Okay. You may get a question for 10 marks in this. So echelon form, I think you have done some of the things in mathematics also. Your echelon form is represented by U. And next one is row reduced form is represented by capital R. Okay. We'll see what is this echelon form and what is this row reduced form. So first thing is we are going to consider a matrix. Okay. A is equal to 1, 3, 3, 2, 2, 6, 9, 7, minus 1, minus 3, 3, 4. This is the matrix we are considering. Now we are trying to find out the echelon form of this. That is, we are trying to find out U, right? So I'm considering matrix A. I wanted to reduce using row reduce method. So you can observe that the first row contains 1, 3, 3, 2. The second row contains 2, 6, 9, 7. The main intention of this is I want to make all the elements which is below 1 as 0. Below first element of the first row as 0. How do I make 2 is equal to 0? You subtract, since you have 1 in the first row, it's a gate. So what you can do is you subtract second row elements 2 times of the first row. So 2 minus of 2 times of 1 becomes 0. And how do I make a third row element as 0? So you had a third row element which is below 1 as 0. Just since you have a minus 1, just add first row and the third row. That means 1 minus 1 becomes 0. That is our main intention. That is how you have to see. So the first one what I did is row 2 should be row 2 minus 2 times of row 1, because 2 minus 2 times of 1. And row 3, what you should do? You have to add row 3 and row 1. So row 3 and row 1 you are going to add. Okay. So what happens now? When you have row 2. Row 2 is nothing but row 2 minus 2 times of R1. What is row 2 contents? 2, right? Row 2 content is 2. So substitute 2 here. Minus 2 times of R1 is what? 1, right? So what you get? 2 minus 2 times of 1, that becomes 0. Next, substitute the 6 value. 6 here. And upper value is 3. So 6 minus 2 times of 3 is what? 6 minus 6, that is also 0. Next value, row 2 is 9. You substitute 9 here. Then above that is row 1 value is 3. So 3 here, 9 here, 3 here. So 9 minus 2 times of 3, it means 9 minus 6. That is nothing but 3. Similarly, you do for 7. 7 is R2 minus 2 times of R1. That means what is in R1? R2 is what? 7 minus 2 times of R1 is 2. So 7 minus 4 is what? 3, right? So similarly, you do for this, add these two, row 3 elements and row 1 element. Minus 1 plus 1 is 0. Minus 3 plus 3 is 0. 3 plus 3, since we are adding row 3 and row 1, 3 plus 3 is 6. 4 plus 2 is 6. Okay. Once we get this, the next method is, we wanted to find out, see if there's some element, if assume that if 1 appears here, then you have to subtract all the elements below this. But because of this example, we don't have any element below this. But in the third column, we have one element, 3. See, this is called as pivot, okay? Pivot. We already choose one pivot in the row 1. So we have jumped to the second row. In the second row, the first element comes in the third column, that is 3. You have to make pivot is equal to 1 and all the elements which is below the pivot as 0, right? So in order to make this as 3 as 1, what you should do? You should divide it by 3, right? So you are going to divide, yeah. So now this form is nothing but row reduced form, okay? Row echelon form. Echelon form is nothing but, you have to make possible all the values, how many rows possible, how many elements of the rows you can make it as 0, that many elements you have to make it as 0. Even if you divide by 3 here, you'll get 1, 1. Then further, can you make it as 0? No, right? Since we are using row reduction, it's not possible. Only these things are there, right? So other elements are 0. So this is the last part. So what we are doing is, this is called as echelon matrix, okay? So one of the important thing what you should do is, you have to consider the first row and all the elements under the first element of the first row should be 0. Like that you are going to do it, and you are trying to express in upper triangular matrix, okay? Try to express in upper triangle matrix, then you will get like this. And make sure that all the pivot elements as 1 and other elements as 0. So these are all the conditions. The pivots are, okay, pivots are the first non-zero entries in their rows. So this is a pivot. This is the first non-zero entry in the second row. This is the pivot. This is the first non-zero entry in the row. Below each pivot is a column of zeros obtained by elimination. So each pivot below that, everything should be 0. Below this pivot, we have a 0. Then each point lies to the right of the pivot and each point lies to the right of the pivot in the row above. And this is also possible actually. You can make, if you divide by 3, then you make the above one, you can make it as a 0. So these are all the conditions for a pivot, okay? So this is how you got echelon matrix. Then here, whatever the echelon matrix, what we got, U is a upper triangular matrix, right? But its pivots are not on the main diagonal, okay? So that is the thing you observe, right? All are not in the main diagonal. Even though it's a rectangular matrix, it's not a square, but still we would have got a pivot under the 3, right? So there is no main diagonal. The non-zero entries of U have a staircase pattern or echelon form. So if you consider this, actually, what happens is like this. So since this is the pattern, it's a staircase pattern, okay? So that is what they are saying. The staircase pattern is also called as a echelon form, okay? Now we can go further than U. To make the matrix even simpler, what we can do is divide the row by its pivot so that all the pivots are 1, that you can make it. See, next we are discussing about the row reduction. Up to that, it's echelon form. Next is a row reduced method. Divide the row by its pivot so that all the elements are 1, all the pivots are 1, okay? Previously we had 3, right? So if you divide by 3, it becomes 1. Use the pivot row to produce 0 above the pivot. That means the first we'll see. What is the first thing is, this is the actual example U, what we got. What is the first thing they are telling? You have to make all the pivots is equal to 1. This pivot is 1 already. The second pivot is this. You have to make it as 1. How do you make it as 1? You divide the second row with 3. So I'm making R2 is equal to R2 by 3. That means all the row elements will be divided by 3. That means what you get is 0, 0, 3, 3 becomes what? 0, 0, 1, 1. Okay, you got this. Then the third row elements as it is, the first row elements as it is, only changes happens for the second row. And the second statement was use the pivot row to produce 0 above the pivot. That means above this pivot, nothing is there. The another pivot is this. What is above that? You have a 3. So you can make all the other things also as 0, right? Since you have starting entries are 0, it will not affect these starting values. Once the pivot starts, you can make this above values also as a 0. So how do I make it? You have to subtract row 1 by 3 times of row 2. So that is what I have written. Row 1 becomes row 1 minus 3 times of row 2. So you subtract that. Row 1 is 1. 3 times of row 2 is 0. So 1 minus 0 is 0. The second entry is 3 minus 3 times 0 is 3 only. This as it is. Then again you have a 3 minus 3 times of R2 is 1. So 3 minus 3, it becomes 0. it should write, you should write it in row 1. Then row 1 element is 2, last element is 2, minus 3 times of this. So row 1 element is 2, minus 3 times of row 2. It is 2 minus 3 times of 1. So 2 minus 3 is nothing but minus 1. That's why I'm writing this. So is there any other possible cases? If you observe, there is no other possible cases that you can reduce, right? Only 2 pivots are there. We made it as all the pivots as 1, and another one is all the above the pivots, we made it as 0, right? So this is the row reduced, reduced row echelon form, okay? That was the previous one was the echelon form. This one is row reduced row echelon form, okay? So our goal is to read off all the solutions to Rx is equal to 0. So we wanted to find out why we did all this circus is basically because to find the solutions for that equations, okay? So now what I did was I taken that row reduced form. R represents row reduced form, whereas U represents echelon form. I will take the row reduced form because that makes your life easy. You can solve the particular matrix very simple. Since C 4 cross matrix, if the matrix size increases, if it is 10 cross 10, 100 cross 100 and all these things, this becomes handy, okay? So this is row R is there, and these are all the variables I'm considering. Why I'm considering 4 variables? Basically because you have a 4 columns, right? So you consider the variable you like, then that will be equal to 0, right? Now, here actually what we are doing is we are trying to find out the null space, okay? Since we are calculating the null space, we are considering the matrix, okay? We are considering the matrix and we are multiplying that variable and we are expecting the answer should be equal to 0, okay? So multiply this, what you get, multiply the first row with the column. What you get is U into 1 is U, 3V, 0 into W is 0, minus 1 into Y. So minus Y is equal to 0. What about the second row? U is 0, V is 0, W and Y is there. So W plus Y is equal to 0. The third row, everything is 0. So no need to consider that. And observe this very carefully. Okay, this is the basis for coming classes. Where the pivot exists. Pivot exists here in the position of U, right? All the first column elements multiplied by U, here pivot exists. In the second column, whether pivot exists? No. In the third column, you have a pivot, right? Here you have a pivot. So, and in the fourth column, there is no pivot. So literally U and W as a pivot. Other two variables are called as a free variables, okay? Other two variables are called as the free variables. These two have the pivot. So you have to express U and W in terms of the, you express U and W in terms of these free variables, V and Y. How do you know that it's a free variable? From the pivots, okay? So you written this equation, I already explained this. U becomes what? You solve for U, what it becomes? Minus 3V plus Y, because V and Y are free variables. And similarly, you express W in terms of Y, what you get is minus Y, okay? I'll take another 3 minutes. Yeah, then what happens is U and W are pivot variables. V and Y are free variables, okay? The complete solution is a combination of these two special solutions. Here, very important, we are trying to find out the special solution for this. See, what you should do is, you have to write here is U, V, W, Y. That is a representation, U, V, W, Y. What is U? You know that U is minus 3V plus Y. That is what I have written. V, nothing substitution is there. Whereas what is W? W is minus Y. So that I have replaced by minus Y. And last one is Y. So I don't have anything here. So here you separate out. You have two variables actually, V and U. You have two variables. So if you write, separate it out, that V times Y times. What is V times of that is minus 3. So I have entered minus 3. What is Y coefficient? It's 1. Whereas in the second element, V is there, but there is no Y. So V in the V column, you write 1, Y becomes 0. In the third, minus Y is there. There is no V here, that's why 0. Minus Y is there, no? That's why here coefficient is minus 1. Similarly, you have Y. So V is 0 and Y is 1. So this is how you have to write it. So what we did was, like, you separated this out into two matrices, okay, in terms of V and Y I have expressed. So here V terms are minus 3, 1, 0, 0. So that is what we have written here. Y times are 1, 0, minus 1, 0. That's why 1, 0, minus 1, 0 is written. These are called as special solutions. Okay. You combine these two vectors, that becomes the null space. Okay. So these, you can substitute some of the values like 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1 for these. These are all the possible cases of the special solutions. So this is called as a null space. Basically, you find the null space, you first find the special solutions. That is the thing. So overall thing, what we did in this is, we taken the matrix A, we we reduced using row, okay, row reduction we did, okay, row reduction we did, and we expressed in the echelon form. Then what we did, we reduced into reduced echelon form. What is the reduced echelon form? All the pivots you made it as 1, and above that pivot, whatever is there, that also you made it as 1. That is from the U, you calculated R, row reduced echelon form, right? And next one is this. So I wanted to calculate the null space from that row reduced echelon form. So I consider, see, the solution A was the matrix given, right? AX is equal to something, that the same solution you will get in UX also, in RX also. The same solution. That is the beauty of these three. So Rx is equal to 0, the same solution you get it. So you take that and you make it as 0 and try to solve what is U, V, W and Y. And before that, you have to kind of find out what are pivot variables and what are free variables. You have to express the pivot variables in terms of the free variables. Okay. So with the free variables, whatever the vector you get, that is minus 3, 1, 0, 0 in this case, and 1, 0, minus 1, 1, they are called as a special solution. The combining that two is a null space.